We're at that time of year where golf courses are insisting you use mats on fairways, so today I'm going to test out 6 different mats. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is The Golf Show. As we're now getting into winter, a lot of courses will insist that you use a mat off closely mown areas. Now that means anything that's fairway height or shorter. So even if you're just in front of the green on the apron, if you're not putting, you've got to use a mat. Most courses will provide a mat for you, but they can really vary in quality. So maybe you might want to think about buying your own, and there's some very different brands out there on the market. So today I'm going to review 6 different types of mat. Got this one here, which is the kind of thing that you would get on loan at a golf club, a bit flimsy. Another sort of artificial grass one is this. This is the nice lime mat. That feels a lot better quality already, and that feels really nice. Going to be interesting to play off that. This is the Spurk mat. A bit more expensive now. Got spikes where you can stick it in the ground. Got these ones again. Looks a bit like a carpet tile. Too flimsy. We'll see how we get on with that. And then there are others that look nothing like grass. This is the Masters launch mat. Be interested to see what that sounds like. And then this thing. I mean, these are the kind of things you see at some courses. Not particularly attractive on the eye. We'll see how we get with those. Okay, I'm going to hit some 7-irons with those. I'm going to hit some 3-woods with those. Then I'm going to go down to the short game practice area and do some chips around the green, because that could be really tricky off a mat. It's not something I've really practiced. Okay, let's get on with the test. First up is the kind of mat that you can borrow at golf clubs free of charge. Feels a bit cheap, very flimsy. There's no way to anchor this down. I guess you could ram a tee through it. Let's see how we get on. There's also no tie on this, and that's important. I've been testing mats the last couple of weeks, getting ready for this episode, and I've lost 2 already, where I've been using my carry bag over winter. I've put the mat down, I've got up and I've moved on, and I've left the mat where I was. So if you are going to have a mat like this, it is important to have a loop on it, as you'll see with some of these other models, so you can just hang it around the head of an iron or your umbrella and you're not losing it. But let's see how we get on with this. So in this test, I want to see what the strike quality is like, and I want to feel if I'm losing any distance using the mat. It's not a bad strike before breakfast. The mat moved about 1 inch on the backswing, and it's gone about 1 foot, 2 foot forward after impact. That's gone pretty well. I've got about 5 yards there with the mat, how it's shot forward. Okay, I didn't really enjoy using that. Feeling the mat go back with you, not great. This is the Spurk strike mat. Very solid, very rigid. This is the short length. You can get a longer length as well. A bit more expensive. Feels quality, really good. You're not pulling any of that out there. 6 spikes in the bottom, so that should anchor it into the ground, so that should be good. You can get these with a little sort of bungee cord that just goes around there, slots on your bags. That's easy every time you want to use it. You can buy a carry bag as well, just so it's not making a mess when you put it in your car afterwards. So let's have a go with one of these. Right on it, and the mat is where it should be. Caught that one a bit thin. I'm wondering, you know, you're not going to take a divot with one of these. Well, you shouldn't do. I'm wondering if I just caught that one a bit skinny, because I was worried about hitting the max. It does look really short. Let's give this one more. Oh, lovely. Yep, Spurk mat feels really good. Okay, the Masters launch mat. So this is kind of curved a little bit. I guess as you hit it, it's going to flex like that. Goodness knows how far after the ball that's going to go. Let's give this a try. Lovely connection. It was okay. Quite like that, and with this as well, that'll just fit straight in your back pocket. You're not going to leave one of those on the course like I did last week with the other one. This one feels quality. This is the nice lime mat. Now this was actually invented by one of the members here at Fulford. A lot more rigid than the freebie ones you get. got a name tag on it, which is a brilliant idea for people like me who lose them. Way to secure it to your bag, that's great. And it's got this pretty industrial bolt that goes through it to anchor it down. You're not pulling any of the artificial grass out of that. That feels really good quality. Let's see how I get on with this one. I think the nice lie mat looks the most natural. It's like you're actually playing off grass with that. Oh, that's lovely. I didn't even feel like playing off a mat. Yep, nice lie mat's nice. Hey, wonder why they called it that. Okay, got this one off eBay. Very similar to those we used with St Andrews. Bit of flex in there. It's like a carpet tile, really. Very short though, which I like. You should get a clean strike off that. Tied a bit of string around there to tie it to the bag, just so I'm not losing it after each shot. Let's see how I get on with this. Now I did use one of these last weekend, but instead of using a little bit of string here, I used a cable tie, which is obviously quite robust, and it kept sort of sitting up and making it not sit square, so that was tricky. Also, when you got any sort of down slopes, as soon as you put it on a slope, the ball rolls off, so that wasn't brilliant. That's gone nice. You could see that one was more spinny. Yeah, it's finished a little bit shorter. And again, higher, you can see the spin on it as it leaves the club. That's okay, that was a £5 off eBay. Can't really grumble with that. Not the best so far though. And look at this one, the last one. Doesn't even look like a piece of golf equipment, does it? I'm going to put a tee through there to anchor it down. Could be really good. Not the prettiest thing in the world though. Let's see how we get on with this. That was alright actually. Best strike of the day there. Okay, that one's not as bad as it looks. With the 7-iron though, it's not the hardest club in the world to hit. I'm going to try some 3-woods now. So I'll get on with a 3-wood off the mat. So recreating that shot off the deck, one of the hardest shots in golf. Let's see how I get on. Now I know it's not going to move because it's secured. I know I'm not going to snag it on anything. It's not the most appealing shot to take on though. Tell you what, no problem with that one. This is the one off eBay, just sitting a bit proud at the back. I've only hit that well off grass. Yeah, no problem with that one. This is the one I'm not looking forward to. This is the kind of generic golf club mat. Ball's got a smiley face on it. Will I have one after I've hit this? Oh, came off a bit low. You just know it's going to move. I'm really uncomfortable with that mat. That is my least favourite so far. Now a 3-wood off one of these is going to be interesting. That was okay. Just flipped it over. Not too bad. 3-wood off the Spurk mat. Now this is the most expensive. It does look the best quality mat. With it having that rigid bit at the bottom, you know, you don't want to hit this early. You don't have that sort of thought with the softer mats. It's okay, I think I just took that a little bit too clean. Just worried about it being really solid at the back there. One mat to go. Okay, so last up is my favourite from round one. This is the nice lie mat. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I've tried it with a 3-wood, I've tried it with a 7-iron. Let's head down to the short game area and see what these mats are like around the green. Set up a 25-yard chip shot. Look at my 56-degree wedge. I'm going to hit a few balls off each mat. I want to see how it affects the strike quality, what happens when the ball lands, and also whether using a mat puts me off for such a small little shot. But I'm going to start off hitting a few without a mat just to get a baseline. I get nobody really wants to play off a mat, we want to play off the turf, but in winter maybe we should get it into our heads that playing off a mat could be an advantage. I mean, take a look at these two lies here. That is not an uncommon lie for golf courses in the UK in winter. Fancy chipping that one from 20 yards? Whereas look at that, perfect lie. First up, the nice lie mat. I like the way that sits behind the ball at address. I think there's going to be a lot more spin off these. I'm going to hit them a little bit harder than I was off the grass. Hit that one a bit harder. Beautiful. I I like the way the mat's anchored down at the back. I can completely forget about the mat moving. Hit that one really hard. Look at the control there. I think you are going to have to adjust in winter. Hit your chip shots a little bit harder off the mats, but you are going to get a lot more spin. You've got to commit to it and trust it. Very happy with those off the Nice Line mat. This feels a bit strange, a bit plasticky there, as you can hear. Wow, so much spin. Wow, looks a little bit strange. I'm not sure this would suit everybody's eye. Makes a very strange noise. I mean, they've performed as well as the Nice Line mat. Just feels a bit strange. Okay, third mat is the sort of generic AstroTurf that you see at a lot of golf clubs. Sits okay at address. I am a bit worried that's going to move on me. I mean, it's worked out really well, but that was off-putting. The mat moved on my backswing and at impact. I didn't commit to that one. Oh, that really put me off, that mat moving backwards there. It must have moved an inch. They're not bad, but didn't really enjoy using that. It's moving about all over the place. That looks so clean at address. Looks a bit of a tight lie, actually. Caught that one a bit fat. Oh, yeah, this is really nice. That's performed really well. Okay, I bought this mat off eBay. This reminds me of the ones we have up in St Andrews. It's like a very short pile carpet. Wow. That's going to be spinny. Okay, so I've got one more mat to test. Now, of the ones I've tested so far, I think 4 have been pretty consistent. Not a massive amount of difference between any of them. It's just really what suits your eye. The one I got off eBay, which I'm calling the St Andrews mat, wasn't my favourite, and that didn't perform as well, but we've got this to go. What is chipping off this going to be like? It's not easy on the eye at all, but let's give this one a go. At address with a wedge, I'm not a fan. Saying that though, there is no pile for you to snag up on. I've secured this one down with a T-peg. Let's see how we go. Horrible noise. Not a bad outcome though. A lot of artificial spin. Hit that one a bit harder. Wow. Wow, serious spin. Sounds like I got that one a bit fat. I've tested all 6 mats. That last one, which I really don't like the look of, was possibly the most consistent performer, but it was very, very spinny. All of these produce a lot of artificial spin compared to playing off grass. So if you are going to use a mat for short game, make sure you practice it before you go out on the course. Okay, so that's the end of the test. Mats, I know, if you're still watching this episode, thank you. I know it's not the sexiest subject. It's not like reviewing a brand new driver, but if you're playing golf over winter and you're using these, I think it's pretty practical. So what did I think? Well, a lot of it, I think, depends on what suits your eye. You've got to be confident that when you hit it, the mat's not going to do something that's going to affect the shot quality. Some of these certainly did. You know, they vary in price. You can get it from free when you borrow them at a golf course, or you can pay about £25. But you're only buying it once, so if it's £25 and it's really good, that's okay. So how did I rank these mats? Well, last was the freebie one that you can borrow from a golf club. Really flexible, moved around all over the place. Pile's quite high. You know, as you take the club back, it's dragging through it. Didn't like that at all. So therefore, I would recommend you buy your own mat. You're going to get used to it. Next up was this one I got off eBay. Now, I've used these in St Andrews. I even chip in off something like this at the start of this episode, if you watch that. But it just didn't feel right. I wasn't very comfortable with that. It's better quality than that, I think, because of the short pile, but not fantastic. Then, surprisingly, the most expensive one comes next, the Spurk mat. Liked it round the green, liked it for the 7-iron with the 3-wood. Was terrified I was going to whack it into the back of there. You know, it is really good quality, it's very solidly built, but I just felt, you know, I was a bit worried I was going to have an accident with one of those. Surprisingly, this wasn't as bad as I thought. There's not a lot that can go wrong with that actually. Just give you a bit more spin, but that was okay. Some clubs give you these as well to borrow, so you might need to buy one. I really like this. I think that is quite a clever thing, fits in your back pocket, you're not going to lose it, makes a bit of a weird noise. When you were chipping, I found with all of these, you've got to hit them that bit harder because you are putting that bit more spin on them. But my favourite was the nice Limat made here in Yorkshire. No bias, I promise. At the golf show, we're not endorsed, we're not paid by anybody. That's really lightweight. You've got to have something like that to secure it to your bag, or you're going to lose it like I've been doing as I've been testing these over the last week or so. It's just like playing off a really nice piece of grass. The name tag's a good idea if you do lose it, like yours truly. Hopefully somebody will hand it in and you get it back. Not mega expensive either. In the description below, I'll put all the contact details for all of these mats so you know where you can buy them online and the prices. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that review. Something a bit different, but hopefully something very practical for winter. If you really enjoyed it, give us a subscribe and we'll see you next time on The Golf Show. I hope you enjoyed the episode of The Golf Show. To watch another, click here. To subscribe, click here.